Yes, Aaron, greetings. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you
Yeah,
doing?
you look good, huh?
Yeah.
So last time we met, it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So there is a big travel since that time. Big work.
Yeah. A lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Yeah.
You back again in France?
I am.
So you seem to have a special history with France.
Yeah. I feel like there's a nice relationship there. I think it started when I put out Potential Fans. For whatever reason, French people gravitated towards my music and got brought out here for a couple festivals, and then the '05 TV helped a lot, and Generations, and people started to hear my name. And so this year I've been coming out and just doing shows, hitting the road, meeting people, and it's been a lot of fun.
So it's more like than a special relationship. It's more like a love story. You know, you seem to love France a lot.
Yeah.
And the French people, they love you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a love story of sorts.
What you love in Paris?
I love the food.
Yeah.
I just love the city. Like, I spent so much of my life in New York, you know, so like I need to be in a big city where things are happening, where I can just get on the train with my headphones and be a part of the world, and I feel like Paris is perfect for that. So.
Right now we're in the heart of Paris, in the Belleville area. It reminds you about the Queens?
A little bit, because I was living in Flushing, Queens,
yeah,
which is like Chinatown,
yeah,
basically. So Belleville is a very similar vibe to that. So yeah, it's just got that grimy city feel.
Est-ce que sometimes you have some, maybe you go back after to the US, and the sensation and the ideas you have in Paris make you make new songs? Not
Yeah.
about Paris, but maybe the feelings?
I think I'm definitely affected by it everywhere I go. Just because my process for writing is, I'm almost always walking around when I write. So I just put an instrumental on my headphones and I walk around, so it definitely changes based on what city. If I'm in New York, I'm definitely doing something more aggressive.
Yeah.
Just because that's the feel, there's an intensity. Paris is similar, I feel. Like when I'm in LA, I might make something more relaxed. When I'm in Seattle, I'll make something sad and gloomy, you know?
But you're right, because the people who don't live in Paris and who from the countryside or the other city of France, you know, when they come to Paris, they say, yeah, you know, it's kind of hard, they feel the pressure, so in fact it's exactly like New York, smaller, but same vibe, you know, a lot of concrete, a lot of traffic jam.
Yeah, I love that. That gives me energy, you know?
Yeah. Alors je suis avec Aaron Cohen pour ceux qui se sont connectés en route, pour ceux qui n'ont pas pris depuis le début, voilà, un rappeur de son état qui nous vient de New York et qui est ici avec nous ce soir. N'hésitez pas à poser quelques questions, je lui répéterai juste après. So tomorrow there is a special event in Paris.
Yes.
Yes.
Tomorrow I'm at Shoes Up magazine's release party. It's dope. I was in the magazine for the last issue, and I performed at the release party before in April or May.
Yeah, you did the cover for them.
Yeah, yeah. It was on the cover. That was a good look. And that went really well, so they invited me back to come do their party. It's free. Everything's free. Come.
Free gift, free music.
Free music.
Free magazine giveaway.
Free magazine, free drinks.
Free speech with Aaron Cohen.
Free speech.
Yeah,
you can talk to me.
So,
talk to me all night if you want.
Yeah, you have to come. How you link up with them in the first place?
How did we link up with them?
You stole some shoes from a store.
Yeah.
And
no, I think someone I know was trying to get romantically involved with someone, and they happened to know somebody who worked there.
Okay.
Mentioned that they knew Aaron Cohen.
Okay.
It was very random.
Okay.
I did the interview. I didn't know it was going to be on the cover.
Okay.
Did the interview, and then they emailed me. They go, "Okay, I think we're going to give you the cover," and I was like, "Cool, thank you."
Yeah, but the cover was nice. Huh?
Yeah, it was a great look.
So it's today. You know the time. What time do you perform tomorrow?
But I perform at 7:45.
7:45. Donc Shoes Up. You know the address or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, on va vous donner l'adresse pour ceux qui sont demain à Paris. La Shoes Up Release Party. Aaron Cohen en showcase. Et évidemment, on va donner quelques petits magazines, donc n'hésitez pas à passer.
16 rue Saint Mary.
Voilà, 16 rue Saint-Méry, dans le 4e, donc dans le Marais. N'hésitez pas à venir faire un tour. 19h45, Aaron Cohen on stage. So Shoes Up, for those who don't know, it's a magazine for the people who like shoes, sneakers.
Yeah, it's fashion and sneakers, but there's a strong emphasis on music.
Yeah, they're also linked to music, because of course it's the link between music and sneakers too, you know?
Exactly.
Especially in hip hop. What's your point on sneakers? Are you a sneakers addict?
I'm not a sneaker addict, but I enjoy a nice pair, you know? I just like so focused that I can't like, I'm not taking time to clean my sneakers, and I'm not online trying to find the newest things, but I like, I like to get some clean, you know, I like to get something clean.
You have some favorite pairs from back in the days?
Yeah, well I love these Reeboks, but I also I like the Jordan 3s and the Jordan 4s, obviously the Jordan 1s. I wear a lot of Vans actually, but I love just the black high top Vans and the white low top. I don't know, I've always kept things simple and
nice.
Yeah. I like Air Max.
Air
I know
Max,
they love Air Max out
yeah,
here.
of course. So you're originally from Seattle, so it's the home of the Supersonics.
It is.
Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp.
You remember
Gary
if you have
Payton.
a special, Gary Payton, so the special pair of Sean Kemp in back in the days?
Yes, I did. I did the Kamikazes, the Reeboks.
Yeah?
The black and green ones.
Okay.
Yeah. But also the Gary Paytons, the Zooms, the ones with the zippers, the Nikes.
No, you know about sneakers, you know? Huh? Keep it simple, but in the proper way. So that was for the sneakers. There is a new video just these days out, C-Red video. So it's funny because you know, I don't know if it's the same in English, but in French when you say I see red, it's like maybe you're getting crazy and it's hard for you to. It's the same thing in English.
Yeah.
Okay.
See red is like when you get so angry that you see red.
Okay. So in this video you have 5 alter ego, which is a nice idea. I found. What is the concept behind that video?
Really, a lot of times when I'm listening to a beat, even before I make the song, I'll see the video in my head, and that's kind of how I know I should make the song, because I know that if there's a visual representation that works, then like that's really me, you know? So it was just a very aggressive song, and I knew from the get-go I wanted to do something where I was killing people, and I didn't have any reason to kill anyone else. So I like the idea of the anger that I have or the frustration that I have is ultimately aimed at myself, you know, because I can blame things on other people in the world, but it's me. So like, so why not just take out myself, you know?
So that's why in the video, for those who don't see it already, you know, say you kill your alter ego one by one.
One by one.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the head.
Yeah. Do you think to progress we have to kill our bad habits?
Yeah. I think it's like the most important thing. Because I mean, often we look, you know, outside ourselves, so like I need this and I need that and I need this, but like whenever I've gotten like the internal roadblocks out of the way, like the success shit happens, you know.
And at the end of the video, you turn the gun to yourself, to the last one, you know. And my question about that is, do you think that even if we have to kill our bad habits, maybe we should keep some, because finally it's also a part of ourselves, you know, and it's not possible to be 100% perfect, you know.
Yeah, don't kill yourself. That's not what I was saying. But yeah, it just felt like the right thing to do for the video. Felt like it.
Yeah, but the video is smashing.
Okay.
And it's a new. I don't know if it's a new style, but compared to the other songs, the flow is not the same. It's more maybe aggressive, you know. What was the point about that change? It's just for this one. It's
so like since like February, I've been doing very good, and like the touring and lots of opportunities came up, and I made all like 4 or 5 songs right before all this good stuff started happening, and I was very angry. And I was with a producer who was making stuff with overdriven bass and really, really hard drums, and I had just all these really aggressive raps came out. So half my project is like angry. So that's why I came with the name C-Red. And since then I made, you know, the project has some more melodic songs and some more like New York hip hop songs also, but there's definitely an anger throughout that like, it's not, I'm not gonna switch my style forever, but like it's a new weapon in my arsenal. You know.
But you feel good and calm today.
Feel good and calm today.
Finally, it was a good point.
Well, I recorded that song a couple months ago, so like shit changes, you know.
Let's go back a little bit back in the days. So you start in the music. I saw that you start rapping at the age of 12.
Yeah, that's when I like first started, because I was listening to a lot of rap music, and I think I was listening to like Dr. Dre, the Chronic 2001, and I just started memorizing all the words, and then kind of just rapping to myself, and then I think I was probably rapping a verse and forgot some of the words and just kind of started doing it myself. I was probably in the shower. That's where my early days of rapping happened.
So the first studio was in the shower.
Yeah, I used to bang on the wall with my hand to make the beat, and my family would yell at me, you know, stop making noise. I told them one day you'll see why I'm making noise in the shower.
That's why you moved to New York to
so I could bang on the shower. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So then you moved to New York. When you reach New York from Seattle, it's a kind of a new life. You get smashed by the environment because it's not really the same vibes.
No, it's definitely different. New York is where I really started taking music seriously, just because it was around that time, like 2012, 2013, when like ASAP Mob just came out, Flatbush Zombies just came out, Underachievers, Joey Badass. So there's really cool like underground stuff going on in New York that was very similar to kind of the vibe that I had, where I wanted to make new progressive music, but I also really rap, you know? And I grew up listening to mostly New York shit. So New York, the music scene, and also New York just as a city made me want to hustle. And like, you know, they say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, which is a cliche, but it's sort of true. Like, it was like, okay, I know I can compete with the people coming out of here. And then that's how it spread to France. That's how it spread across the U.S. in the other direction. So New York played a big part in my development.
So you just talk about the New York influences. You mentioned Dr. Dre, just
Mention what?
Dr. Dre.
Dr. J. Yeah.
Just before. So what are your main influence in hip hop? The East Coast, West Coast, no
Tough
matter.
question. It's more East Coast.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of different stuff. Like I have different moods. Like sometimes I really love, like when I was a kid, I listened to RZA, like Digital Bullet, like Bobby Digital stuff, just because he like created an alter ego in a world that it was more like a movie than an album, and I really like MF Doom for that reason.
Even the cover, it looked like a movie poster.
Yeah, exactly, like a blaxploitation film. I love that stuff, but I also really always like melodic rappers, not so much like R&B, but more like Max B or 50 Cent or Kid Cudi or Schoolboy Q, and people who could really, really write a song and deliver it. And then I also like the classic. I mean, I love Jay-Z and Nas and Biggie. And I'd say if there's one biggest inspiration, it's probably Kanye. But that's just for me, yeah.
And you have inspiration from other style of music?
Some. Like, I definitely listened to grunge music when I was a kid. I mean, I'm from Seattle.
You're from
so
the area,
Nirvana. And just, I think that whole mood and vibe, and even bands like Third Eye Blind, just bands that I found their CDs in my sister's room when I was a kid, and they kind of influenced the melodies that I put in, because I don't like to sing like R&B melodies. I like to sing more grunge sounding ones over rap beats.
Do you think that music can works as a therapy on people?
Yeah, it does for me, right?
Yeah, that's for you, it's working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to music when I want to feel anything or not feel anything, you know?
Okay, let's talk about the ICK Posse, the Inner City Kids. So you can explain more about that group?
Yeah, so when I got to New York, I started doing some shows, like open mics, really. And I met a couple kids that were cool, nice guys from Brooklyn. And they're like, yo, we do this ICK shit, you should come check it out. So I went to one of their shows, and they just had like, it was just the right scene, like they were tapped into all the kids that were doing cool shit. So we ended up doing a show together when there was only like 2 rappers involved with ICK. And they said, you know, why don't you just do this shit with us? So we just joined forces and added some producers and a couple more rappers, and It's not like a rap group, you know. It's not like Wu-Tang. It's like a collective, so it's more loose. But you know, you just prop each other up and make art.
Also, it's funny because your rap is really introspective, and you know it can put you in some kind of meditation. But also, it seems that you need that collective around you to work. Finally, you're not really a man like you do like you do with your people, you know. And you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's just part of my personality. Like, I'm an introspective person. I'm kind of a quiet person, but at the same time, I'm social. Like, even when I go to bed as a kid, like, I would like it if there was a house full of people talking that I could hear. So I knew that there were people there, but I didn't need to talk to them. You know what I mean? Like, so that's just like a dichotomy of me, you know?
And can we say that you're also a reflection of what they call the inner city blues?
The inner city blues. What do you mean?
I mean, like you know, because sometimes living in the city, like Paris or like New York, it's hard. So we all need some tools, you know, if we express ourselves and maybe deal with some kind of different situation. Like to grow up as a man, sometimes it's harder in the big city because you know it's all about the individual.
Yeah, for sure. I think I found that in New York. For me, it was more just frustration, and there's so much. You have a lot of time in your head when you're walking and taking trains. But I don't know. I think the blues, the blue part comes naturally to me, like the melancholy vibes. I think I probably developed in Seattle. Did you see the music that comes out of there? There's no happy music that comes out of Seattle.
Yeah. I just realized that. Yeah, in fact. Yeah. But you have an explanation about that, or?
I think it's just gray and cloudy, but also the people aren't flashy. It's not like Miami where people are gonna wear pinky rings and chains and gold watches and stuff. It's like people are wearing raincoats and a beanie.
Yeah.
And you know, that's it. Like, so it's kind of how like Guns N' Roses, right? They were over the top rockers who, you know, were flashy and sex symbols and all this. And then you had Kurt Cobain who said, "Nah, I'm wearing a flannel and I'm singing these songs." And like that's a very Seattle thing to do, to be like the backlash to the flashy shit. So I think it's that.
Okay. Do you find some Seattle vibes in Paris, or not at all?
It's different.
It's different, huh?
I think it's different.
Yeah. Even if it's grey and rainy sometimes?
It's great. The weather is a little bit similar. It's just different. Paris is it's much bigger and faster. It's a different feel. Seattle's beautiful, but it's, you know, trees and lakes, and it's different.
And Seahawks.
And the Seahawks, and the beautiful Seahawks.
And what's your plan for what can we expect for you in the close future?
I'm releasing a project in February.
Yeah.
C-Red is the name of the project. So before then, I'll be dropping 2 more singles and a video, and just really pushing that hard. And then nothing's concrete yet, but I'll be going back on tour after we drop the project.
Okay. It's gonna be what, a kind of EP?
But it's gonna be 12 songs.
12 songs. It's more than an EP.
It's more than an EP.
Yeah. Okay. It can be maybe not an album for you, but for the
fans, you know? It'll be an album.
Yeah, for the fans, it's an album. You know, it's much music than an EP.
Yeah, I want to give people something they can really just dive into and listen through the whole way and be inspired and feel whatever they want to feel. You know.
Okay.
I feel like with the shorter project, it's good, but that's more like a business decision people make. They're like, okay, I'm going to use these songs to do that and do this, and like I just want to give the people the music and let them enjoy it, you know.
And you seem to tour a lot in the US. I always see some dates, you know.
Yeah, for me, that's the best way to meet people who support the music and really like touch them in a way that I can't using the internet, you know. You can tweet at somebody as much as you want or Facebook post, but if they see me performing and putting my heart into it, and then I shake their hand afterwards and have a conversation with them, like there's no substitute for that. I think that's how you really build a fan base. And I love it. I love traveling and I love performing. So.
No, I think performing is the part of the game, finally. Because you don't do the music just for yourself, you do it to share, so sometimes it's good to share it live and have a live feedback.
Yeah.
So last time we met, you gave me an EP on tape.
Okay.
You remember?
Which one was it?
I think it's...
You wouldn't know?
Yeah, I think so, the orange brown one,
Yeah.
the tape.
Yeah.
It was surprising, like, how came to you that idea to put it in, release it in the tape format?
Yeah.
Where it come from?
One of my first projects, this label who does cassettes,
Okay.
they messaged me and said, we want to make this many, we'll give you this many for free to sell, just let us sell these. Sure, why not? And people bought them, because people want something physical, but they don't need something physical, so it's not like they need the CD to listen to it. So if they feel like a cassette is more cool, or it's just more tasteful, than a CD. So people want something to put on their shelves, and it's cheap. And cassettes were good look, so I've done it with pretty much every project since then.
But finally, you set up a new trend, because, after that,
Yeah,
I saw, a lot of people...
we're starting trends out here.
Yeah, voilà. Bringing up cassettes again. Okay, so I just remind the people, tomorrow, Shoes Up, live performance,
Yes,
Aaron Cohen. How long you stay in France?
till December 5th, but I have a show in Metz on Friday.
Met Eastern Europe, Eastern France,
Yeah, and Rains on Saturday. Rain on Saturday.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay, Bretagne. And you were in Chateau a few days ago.
Châteauroux last weekend.
Yeah, what's the vibes?
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I love going to sometimes the smaller towns, like, they're just excited that you're there, and they appreciate it, and they want to fucking crazy. Like, yeah, just jumping up and down from
Nice. And so after, when you're gonna come back to Paris again? Or not yet?
Definitely soon after I release the project.
Okay, after February.
Yeah.
Okay.
So either late February, March, April, I don't know. But soon after I'll be back.
You have a title of the project or not yet?
Yeah, See Red.
See Red, like the video.
Like that's
Okay,
that's
okay.
the title single.
Okay, the title song of the project. Okay, nice. Well, give thanks.
Thank you.
And see you tomorrow, live and direct.
Okay.
Sharing the vibe, bringing some Seattle power in the place.
Yeah.
Voilà. With no rain and no grey sky.
I hope not.
Yeah, thanks.